Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Camilla and welcome to this new speed build in The Sims 4. Today we are building something in Evergreen Harbor. We are in Port Promise and we are building a community lot, as you can see from, I think, the title and probably the thumbnail. You can get that it's not a normal suburban home. Because today we are building a train station in Evergreen Harbor. And this one might be one of my favorite builds ever, if I can say it myself. Like, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm really proud of this one. I really enjoyed building it. I really enjoyed everything about the furnishing process, the building process of this build and of this lot in general, and I love the result. So I really hope that you are gonna like it too as much as I do. And definitely tell me what you think about it in the comments down below. And if you want it, as always, you can grab it from the gallery because all my builds are over there. I don't know if I ever mention it in my speed builds, but I upload every build to the gallery and my ID is CamiSimming, as always, as everywhere else basically. And so this build will be there as well. And this is a cafe, so it's kind of a converted station that's been turned into a cafe, and I don't know, I love the vibe. I showed it to my boyfriend actually, and he said that it reminded him of one of those beginning of the century stations, like one of those stations you would find in 1910, maybe in all around Europe basically. So that was the feel that I wanted to recreate, and I don't exactly know if this station is still being used as a station or if it's just a cafe. I don't know. I think you could play it either way, it would work well either way because it's a bit of an older station, so it probably doesn't look very new and up to date maybe, but I don't know, I think you could still make it work as a functioning station. Of course we don't have functioning stations in The Sims, but you could pretend it's still a station, or you could just play with it as an older station that is not usable anymore and it's just a cafe you can visit here from time to time. And I don't know, as a person who's traveled and who's traveling still by train a lot, because I study, I live in a city, of course. I live where I live, and then my university is in a whole other city, so which is Verona, and I think it's a pretty famous city, so I might as well just mention it to you guys. And so I study there, and so I'm kind of always on trains, except from this past year and a half, I've traveled back and forth from my place to Verona 1,000 times. So I have a pretty good idea of what a station has, of what a station looks like. Both the station of my hometown and the station in Verona are built around the 1920s sort of, so it's not exactly this look in particular that I was going for in this build, but still I kind of took inspiration from the stations I'm used to, and I enjoyed kind of rethinking some of the key places that you can find in a train station so that it would fit in with this whole renovated station, with this cafe in the station sort of idea that I was going for, because of course I had to make the cafe idea work in here. So for example, where I placed the bar area, the place where the actual coffees are made, I imagine that used to be the place where you got your tickets and where all the employees worked behind their desks, and they would print your tickets and, I don't know, wish you a pleasant journey or whatever. And therefore I also included things like, of course, bathrooms, but a sort of seating area on the platform, and also the underground passage and, I don't know, walkway between, let's say, the main station and the platform. Because yeah, that's something that happens, that exists in station, of course. Initially I tried to see if I wanted to do an underground walkway, or if I could do like one of those walkways that aren't under the station but over the railway. But yeah, that wasn't working, so I went for the underground version of the walkway. As you can see now, the whole structure has come together. Basically, we have the different buildings. I'm just going to decorate them, like as always, jumping from a spot to another, because yeah, that's my building process, if it's even a process. And I wanted to mention that I used one of Simlissy's rooms that you can find on the gallery under her ID, which is of course Simlissy, and you probably have to scroll a bit because they are kind of old by now, but you can find these small rooms with clutter that you can place in your builds that I don't think spoils. So initially I was getting the different items out of the catalog on my own, but then yeah, I remember that she basically did all the work already, so I just had to grab the rooms out of the gallery and I could use them, and I find them so useful. So you'll see that this bar area here, this coffee making station, is very cluttered. I don't know how to call this place, because I don't know if the bar area is just for bars or you can use it for cafes as well. But yeah, so basically now the whole thing was for me to get the character of the station as I wanted it. Like, I had an idea in mind. I wanted this station to feel real as possible. So I scrolled down the debug menu like a ton of times, searching for some items that could look good in here. Like, I found some signs, some street signs, some different clutter items, some, I don't know, crates, boxes, plumbing parts, pipes, and a lot of like industrial things. I don't have the new industrial loft kit, so it was nice to be able to still find something that I could use and feel like it was fitting here without the need of the new kit. And of course, if I had the kit, I would probably have used some of the pipes and those like duct things that you can place on the ceilings, so that could have been useful. But still, I think I achieved a pretty good look even without these things. So yeah, definitely let me know if you agree with me or if you think that the kit was necessary here. But yeah, it was very fun, and I just had some places I didn't really know what to do with. Like upstairs, I basically reduced the space, creating this kind of loft area that looks down to the bar space, to the bar area, and I placed down some activities like a foosball table, a jukebox, and a dartboard, and some other tables, of course. And here and there I placed a couple of lounge spaces, like more comfy seating areas with a couple of modular couches and in the black swatch, because I thought it would work very well here. And I also placed down a bunch of billboards because, I don't know, I thought they could be fitting for a station because, yeah, as my experience tells me, every free space in a station, in every public space, is filled with advertisements. So I found like some of them from City Living, and also some kind of billboards in the Get Famous debug that are like movie advertisements, so not just like products. And in the end, I thought that to make this station look as like outdated as possible, like I wanted it to look, as I was telling you, I was trying to make it look like a station from the beginning of the century, of the 20th century. I decided to add a third floor and place there like a sort of bell that I don't really know if it's more of a thing you could find in schools rather than stations, but yeah, still I thought it was fitting, and I didn't know if we had a bell either, so I searched for a bell in the search bar without knowing actually if I was gonna find one, and we have one from Vintage Glamour, so that was pretty helpful, and I was so happy to work with that item, which was not ideal because it had the whole little handle, and I had to size it up like a bunch of times, I think like 18 times, to make it as big as I wanted it to be. But yeah, it was a fun challenge, and I really like the results, so I hope that you like it too. But anyway, we are coming to the end of the video, so I really hope that you enjoyed this one because I had a blast working on this lot. And as always, if you like the video, remember to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are so close to 700 subscribers. I know I keep mentioning it, but yeah, it's surreal, so it would mean the world to me if you subscribe, if you enjoy my content. And yeah, I will see you in the next video, and have a great day. Bye everybody.